Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV story-based playthrough. Last time we have gotten the story close to Leviathan, and unfortunately I am playing on North American servers, which are a little bit low on people right now, so it's probably going to be some time before we find a party to be able to take on Leviathan. However, in the meantime, we can still continue the Alagan questline. So we shall be doing that. And should we find ourselves in lock there as well, I think I have decided that for a secondary character or secondary job, I would like to play as Marauder, which is based in Limsa Lominsa. So we might get a start on that. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase Aether Sand? Forgive me, madam, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of Aether Sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the Aether aspected variety of the good morning. Words are hard. Let us start over with that one. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water-aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Batusk Nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Gotta love him. Earth's Gift. Quarry Mill. There we are. A hulking hog carcass? Was someone here before us? You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Who was that? Ah, no. You will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, The water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of Aether Sand with you. The Wind Touch variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention? Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Well, the best man will definitely not win because I am a woman and I will not be taken in by someone the likes of you. Where do we need to go? Right over there. Somewhere around here, I would presume. Oh, there we are. Bring up Linda. She can definitely help us deal with these. Grab the Aether Sand. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why? The spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of Aether Sand slipped my mind. Oh! Leviathan is coming up. Let's see if we can finish this. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations. The Wind Touch abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This iniquity must not stand. I insist you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dellhounds. Might just have been in time on that one. Leviathan! Yay! There she is. Full speed ahead. Oh boy. figured it might not be that easy. Absolutely no idea what's going on here, so I will just do my best and heal whenever I can, whenever I can. Little damage in the meantime. I think. Is that it? Have we done it? I would say that was rather easy. Yay! And unfortunately, that means I was just too early on completing that quest, but oh well. Waiting for that dungeon to pop would have been less desirable, I think. Mirror web, that way, and that way. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today, I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wing?
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all, and swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
What you do with your second in command there?
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral.
No.
Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I've witnessed you employ with such admirable deftness.
I hope you are not hearing what I'm hearing, because there are people outside doing construction work, and it is a bit loud, so I am sorry if that interferes with some things, but I hope it's not too bad.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Courtship not being one of them, apparently.
Though you may labour to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
Nope.
But for a chance encounter with Alpino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharian, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
Oh, poor Thancred.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
Yay! Thank you, Merylwib. I knew you'd come through.
We are in your debt. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
the better not to spoil the festive mood. History
Okay.
repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I agree.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
She is a woman of conviction.
Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be offense of his own making. In this, mayhap the Guardians and we Dolans are not so different.
Hold on a second. I am going to close my window and see if that will drown out the sound a little bit. Sorry about that. Let's continue. This time, hopefully, with less sound to interrupt me.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I do not agree with that. That way can only lead to more suffering. That's not good. When Yugiri met the fraternity, the Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous urine man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you will be introduced abide in the shadows of Laminsan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than Mithra. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of their trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the oh my god! Good morning! Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Thanks. I suppose I'll be needing it. I think I'm gonna take a walk here. And I hope I am going the right way. Ah, there we are. I am going the right way. Got business with me, adventurer? I have a letter of introduction. So you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eaten grin. But what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner what Merrowhip says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yuguri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yuguri of Do What's It, we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Nah. It was a bit awkward. Lady Lane, I shall remain with this people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to his domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it will be my honor to welcome you as a student. Thank you. Through the maelstrom. Why do we have a picture of the older guy there with his creepy grin? Much and more has occurred to me since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Okay. But before we go back to Minfilia, I am going to finish this Allegan quest. Dang it. That happens sometimes when I start flying before I am fully mounted. Apparently that means that unfortunately I get to move really slowly, and the only way to clear that is to land and start flying all over again. Okay, we've covered this part and that part. That part. Okay. Where do we need to go? I think just around the bend here. Ooh, that's new. Suits of armor without heads. Interesting. Right over here. Found it. Apparently, they do not like me doing this. Well, that's fine. I can heal right through it. There we go. Dispatched. Grab the Aether Sand. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into Aether Sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Who is this guy? Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and mighty. Seems like this might be an Askian. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you imagine. Okay, so we go back to Mordona, which is good because I needed to go there anyway. Yes, enter Rising Stones. Get to the Solar, have a chat with Minfilia.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Yes, sure. Lay it on
When the
me.
Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
Although I do think that it might take time to restore itself, because we saw that although that Sahagin priest did jump from body to body, after several deaths of that body, his power was severely diminished. Although that could also have been attributed to Leviathan being nearby. Well, I guess we'll have to see.
And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
Agreed.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale. Yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the echo? Much
That
and
would
more
be
yet
interesting.
remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Oh, there is Urianger. Right on cue.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Valdesi.
Mm-hmm.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years have been the Order's home, is no more.
Wait, what?
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
An entire island gone?
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Not good. Not good at all.
Reserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
Oh, no, it was him that was the annoying guy. He actually, I do like him. Even though his grin was kind of creepy.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
That might either be good or bad. Ooh. These are actually kind of useless to me. because this is all strength and dexterity, so I am going to pick up the silver. Achievement. Sorry about that. Yay! Main scenario quest done. Next, the Great Divide. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mogolmark XII. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well within the 12's Wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Another one? Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Ascilia? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Flamin! What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Uldar this time, are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Ascilia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread, and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Hear them first, decide later. Good. Elaine, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Seventh heaven. What's in right here, I believe? What do you have? Oh, that's the ballad. That's for a dungeon that we are unlikely to get enough people for, so I am going to just leave that. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know naught of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Uldar for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man, not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palm any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenants told. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. It's not that easy. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us. If I might have a word. Oh, Tataru. Tataru? Is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Uldar, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells! Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady, we are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. Also, I think our echo might come in handy here to see what actually happened there. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I'm not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their action. The only problem is the authorities are the rich of Uldar, and they will not shirk away from framing the poor and the refugees. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalimo will see to it. Alphino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Elaine. As much as this is a matter of grave haste, it can wait. We have more than one hot iron in the forge, and we need to do all of it. I mean, pay attention to all of it. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Yes. There you go. You brought both? I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. I think I want the ether. No, I'm going to go for the elixir. That seems like a slightly better option. The ether just grants 1,000 mana, whereas the potion replenishes 24% of my HP as well as 600 mana. So I think that's the better thing to do. That should do the trick. And woo! Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Gavin. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Elaine here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allagan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Hey, Biggs and Wedge! Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allagan Empire, is it? That technology makes Garlemald look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do. But we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allagan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed us. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and if needs be, seal away its secrets. The only question I have is, why are we trying to unlock the tower to maybe lock it? A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why? The task you assigned to me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the Aether Sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Oh, him! He was the disembodied voice. Oh! Me coat! Catboat! Oh! 2 different eyes, too. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Garaha Tia, one of the students of Baldesion. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Garaha Tia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. Sure. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? Exactly, Sid. Noah? That is the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, We cannot very well call ourselves the sons of Saint Quinach, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defences of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Ready! Labyrinth of the Ancients. Esteemed colleagues, the secrets of ancient Alag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavour to neutralize the structure's outer defences. Rambrose, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Alagan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition myself. It's so, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large lopsided gate found to the southeast. We could, however, I am going to put a pause on that and go to Thanalan instead and see what we find on Ulfinode. Also, goodbye. What? You are not welcome here. Good morning, Ragzan. How are you doing? Very sleepy. Is it late? Early? Did you stay up late, perhaps? Oh, that's amazing!
You must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Okay, that is odd.
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering.
So have you gotten any sleep yet?
Boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Cool, cool. But not as much as you would have liked, I suppose.
To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
But at least you must have slept quite well after having talked with your girlfriend for that long.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamiga and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'Dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Yay!
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor.
Oh, by the way, I defeated Leviathan earlier today. Yay!
Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight.
Thank you!
This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I don't blame them either.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Oh, that might have been perfect timing, actually. I think we... oh god, what was his name again? The Lalafell who actually supported us in allowing the Domans to stay probably knew about this joint training exercise. So I think this may have been very well staged. Ooh. Can I see what I already have? Oh, I'm gonna pick them anyway. But they are indeed better. Cool. Except that one is certainly not better than the one I have. I am going to do away with it. Rings. Which one do you want me to equip? This one. Yes, discard it. Oh, hold on. And you too. And now that, which one? Weathered ring. That's a wrist guard ring. Over here. Why would you want to do that? Go away. Fine. Update. Done. Back to the story. Desperate times. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Oh, that's not the right way. I need to exit here. Touch the Ethernet shard and go to the plaza. Because that is the easy way of going here. Roban. Now is not a good time, Elaine. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alfino, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your surgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanland. We have sent what forces we could spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that the tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point? Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I wholeheartedly disagree with that, because the way you restore order greatly depends on the way the order got threatened in the first place. I do not have the time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Short-sightedness? The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Yeah. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticisms in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Elaine. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Sure. Commander Swift, you look as though you have something to say, Ling, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Yes. On we go. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation, and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. But before we do that, I do see that we have ads coming in, so I am going to take this opportunity to take a break, and I will see you in a bit.